This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is sponsored by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup at Delco Meets, the number 4 business, and attend one of our incredible networking events. Be sure to register, and we'll see you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today I'm joined by Marin Thazhathukunnel of Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy. Merin, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited. It's my first podcast.
This is outstanding, and we're happy to have you here. What is Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy?
Yeah, so I'll start off by saying that Ivy Rehab is a physical therapy company and a bigger corporation. And I know that this can sound like I'm just going to read you our mission statement, but what makes Ivy Rehab a little bit different is that each Ivy Rehab clinical directors, that means every 600 in the nation, has their own specialties, their own expertise. The clinical directors can basically make their clinic anything that they want it to be. So, for example, my clinic does pelvic floor physical therapy. We do sports therapy, soon going to be dry needling, and we basically build our own culture. So every person that walks through our doors has something that they want to return to, whether that's sports, working, gardening, picking up their grandchildren, basically walking without pain, whatever it is. But my job is basically to create a place that they can reach their goals safely, they can have fun doing it. And basically, at the end of the day, I just want everybody to be stronger than the way that they came in. So what attracted me to Ivy Rehab in the start was basically they don't just support your clinical excellence or your continuing education that every physical therapy office will provide you. They will come to you and say that you can build whatever growth you want, whatever you want to do, basically just be the best person that you can be. So I came from New York. So I actually just moved here a year ago. So I came from New York and I used to work at the Hospital of Special Surgery in New York. So that is where the top orthopedic specialists are from the entire country are there. So I didn't want to move to a practice that everybody's just this is just my job. I'm going to go in, work, and go home. I wanted to go somewhere that you are nonstop growing, nonstop learning. So my Havertown clinic has its own personality, has its own culture. We know our patients by name. We know doctors by name. We build relationships. We celebrate everybody's successes, and we have whole families that come and see us. So we have fun, and that's what physical therapy should be. So that's what Ivy Rehab is.
Marin, there's so much passion for what you do that comes through as you describe Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy. How did you come to be and want to become a physical therapist?
Yeah, so honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to be growing up. I knew I wanted to be in the medical field, and I knew I was I couldn't just decide I'm just going to go into a doctor. I'm just going to become a nurse or whatever it is. I had to explore my options. So for a long time, I worked at hospitals, I worked at outpatient places, and eventually, after going through all the different departments, I kind of settled at physical therapy and was I love this. I get to see patients from day one. I get to see their entire rehab recovery. I can see them for weeks. I can see them for months. People come back a year later. I know people's whole life stories more than probably their significant other knows sometimes. So at the end of the day, I was okay, I can't be a doctor where I see someone and a year later, I'm expected to know everything that happened to them their entire lives. So physical therapy really drew me in because that's where you get the most reward. Number one, you get to see people get better. And then two, you get to follow people in their progressions in life. And I love that. Over my career, I just wanted to be the best at what I can do. I worked in aquatic therapy, hospitals, home care. And I was overall, everybody just wants to be able to do what they love doing. And that's what drew me to physical therapy.
What can your clients, what can your patients expect when they sign up and begin to work with Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy?
Yeah. So the first thing that you'll notice is that a lot of people come in and they've never been to physical therapy before. So it feels a little bit intimidating, but they'll notice that it's not intimidating, it's fun, and that we listen to them. So a lot of people go to physical therapy frustrated that they've seen multiple doctors. No one's really explained to them what is going on. They're just okay, just go to physical therapy. And they're okay, what is physical therapy going to do for me? So a lot of our first interactions is explaining to them or educating this is what physical therapy is. This is your anatomy. This is what's going wrong. And this is how we're going to get you to what you want to be at. So at initial treatment, we set aside one-on-one time. We go over range of motion, strength. We spend a whole hour like looking at them as a whole picture, not just if they're coming in for their wrist, we're not just looking at their wrist. We're looking at their neck, their shoulders, where they're walking. How is all of that going to affect them going through? So we work hard, but we also want people to enjoy coming to therapy. So patients are not just wondering when they're going to leave therapy. We have conversations. They come in, and you're greeted by the nicest people in the world. Our staff here is so nice. I can't even tell you. I don't know where we found them. We have the most patient people. So Mike at our front desk is going to be the first person you talk to. You're going to get a big smile on everybody's faces, and you're literally going to just get all of that anxiety just gone. Like basically you're going to feel like you're just like, oh, this is just like my neighbor that I'm going to. I'm just like coming to hang out, but also I'm getting better.
Your message is conveyed that you're on a mission. You're on a mission to help people get well, to give them back mobility, things that they've wanted to do, get back to, or never have done before. Where do you see within the physical therapy practice, where do you see your mission to help create a better understanding in people's minds as to what you do and how you fit in their overall wellness plan?
Generally in physical therapy world, we're all trying to change the idea of like physical therapy is just a rehabilitation of an injury. We're also trying to come and be more into like, this is more of a preventative care kind of thing. So why did you even get to that injury? How did you end up here? And then what are we going to do to keep going from there? So I do like screenings at like local gyms and places like that. But basically I like to look at you as a whole person and tell you, okay, these are the mechanical things that are going on. These are the muscle imbalances that you have. This is what's going on your right side compared to your left side. That's what's going to lead you to injury. And say if one day you just decide to go to the gym or something, that something's going to lead you to injury. And when it comes to that day of injury, how are we going to, instead of just being like, okay, I'm going to tear something or go to a doctor and hope that you're getting medication to feel better, how are we actually going to just rehab you from there and then get you better? So I like to go through, okay, anatomy first when they walk in, and I tell you this is what this muscle does. This is why, like, if you moved a little bit differently or you accelerated really quickly, that this muscle was a little bit imbalanced. This is what led you here. How are you going to prevent this in the future? And then how are you going to strengthen everything around this joint to get you better, rather than like to avoid surgery? How are you going to avoid all this X-rays and MRIs that might tell you things that you probably didn't even need to put your body through that? We could have found that out conservatively and then get you better from there. There's people who go with meniscus tears, ACL, without ACLs, walking every single day, perfectly fine. But there's a medical mindset like, oh, if I don't have it, how am I going to get better? So I like to do a lot of that education on your first day of, okay, well, there's other things. Like our bodies are like meant to be able to do things that we think we're not able to do. Where our mindset can change everything. So if you think you're going to get better, you're probably going to get better. If you think you're not going to get better, you're probably not going to get better. That's a lot of the education we do on your first day here. It's like, if you're just going to dwell in this pain and you think you're not going to get better, I'm sorry, like mechanically you might get better, but you're never going to feel better. You're never going to be 100% again. But if you come in here and you're like, okay, I know that this is going to get better, you're going to get better.
I heard you say something really fascinating that I never heard anybody talk about. And they say when people want to start to exercise or take on a goal, maybe it's running a marathon or lifting weights or something they've never really done or haven't done since they were young adults. You always hear that asterisk, consult a physician before engaging into any strenuous activity. And that layer that you just added right there is very important. Consult a physical therapist. All those things that you just observed and talked to your patients about is absolute gold in terms of helping within their success. Beyond, hey, we're going to check your blood pressure, we're going to take some vital signs to see if you're up to do that. But you're going to, from what you said, you're going to help people, I'm going to say fail faster, because strength training and running, that's failing because you're tearing muscles, you're rebuilding muscles.
Yes.
But consulting a physical therapist, what you said lays down such a practical idea that we need to, or you need to, or we all need to think about how we're going to incorporate that, just as a yearly checkup would be for our doctor, or changing the oil on our car.
Exactly. That's actually how our field is trying to go. Now in Pennsylvania, because we're here now, in Pennsylvania, we actually have direct access. So direct access means that for the first 10 visits or 30 days, you actually don't need a doctor's referral. So we can see you, we can treat you, we can diagnose you. We're now doctors of physical therapy. So that means that we know red flags. We know when you should be going to get imaging. We know when this is just not the place you should be. We know when your heart rate is way too high and you should be going to the ER right now. So yeah, you should come to physical therapy, and you don't need to do more. Like, people expect that when you come to physical therapy, you're going to be here for 3 months. And maybe you are. Maybe there are the shoulder pain that you are going to be here for 3 months. Maybe you're the ACL that is going to be here for 6 months, maybe a year. But a lot of times, if you're just like pulled your back one day, you can come into physical therapy. You have a month to get exercises or how to avoid this from happening again, and use that for yourself later, where you don't even need to wait till it gets so bad that you finally see a doctor and it's, how are we going to inject you? How are we going to surgically get you better? So it's a lot of, listen, direct access is here where everybody should utilize it. Kids going to sports games. If you're just sitting at a desk all day and you're getting a random lower back pain here and there, come find out why that's happening. Come for 2-3 visits, whatever it is, and then go. Like, that's why we have insurance. I'd say use it. Hit your deductible and use your physical therapy.
You are a wealth of knowledge. I said it before, you're a wealth of passion for what you do, which inspires me. It inspires me to help educate and want to share what your message is. Who inspires you? Who motivates you?
Honestly, everybody motivates me. I will say my family is what motivates me the most, because like everybody else, there's a point in time where you realize that like your job is your job, but you're doing this so that you can have a life outside of your job, which is, I love doing that as much as I talk about rehab all the time outside of work. But my motivation is that like, I want my parents to be living here as long as they can for the rest of their life. I want my husband to be here for running and doing basketball and everything that he loves every single day for the rest of his life, until he like basically can't. So my motivation is to be able to, like, I know that if I was ever in a spot where I needed help, and that I would want somebody to help me. So that's where I came into physical therapy, got into pelvic floor physical therapy, especially for that reason, of that if I was ever in that position, I would want someone to help me and not just like take me off as any other patient that just walks through the door. So that's my motivation, to get my family better, my family to live as long as that I'll be here, and then just live a happy life.
How do people connect with Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy? How do they connect with you to start their journey to be well and healthy?
Yeah, so I mean, Ivy Rehab is everywhere. So you can even just walk through the front door and just give us all your information. You can tell us what your body part is. We can get your information later, whatever it is, and we can get you started there. There, you can go on our Ivy Rehab website and go specifically, you can type in your zip code, because we're nationwide. So there are over 600 Ivy Rehab locations. So I just type in your zip code and then find the closest location. You can, honestly, you can go to like community events and you'll find us. We're everywhere.
Well, that's good, because this podcast is nationwide, we're worldwide. But if somebody listening says, I want to talk to Marin, I want to talk to her, how do they connect with you?
Yeah. So my email is basically my first name dot last name at ivyrehab.com. I'm also if you go on, so in Havertown, we're between Havertown and Drexel Hill. So we're on Township Line Road. So Township Line Road and Drexel Ave. That's the crossroads, and you'll find us right there. So we're also in the LabCorp building. But outside that, like, you'll find me in Broomall. You'll find me in Media. You'll find me anywhere.
If someone were to say, I want to email, how do you use email? What's your email address? Spell that out for the listener.
So it's MERIN.THAZHATHUKUNNEL at ivrehab.com.
I'm glad you spelled that out.
Yep. And our phone number is easy. So it's it is 267-281-5253.
Well, you've been in Delco a short time, but perhaps you've discovered some places that you rave about. If you had a cheesesteak craving in Delco, where would you go?
That's a hard one. I still have not found my best cheesecake, but I have found an Indian chicken cheesesteak. It's in Little Sicily's. It's actually in Philly. It's Little Sicily too. That is my favorite cheesesteak I've found so far because I like spices.
I've never heard of an Indian
Chicken cheesesteak.
cheesesteak
Yeah.
before at all.
Yeah. My husband put me onto it. It's really good.
All right. Well, now the ripple on the pond, he's putting more people onto that. All right. Cheesesteaks, you're still discovering. What about pizza? Where do you go for your pizza?
Oh man, you're asking me really bad questions because I'm from New
No,
York.
I'm asking really good
haven't found
questions.
the best pizza here. I haven't. But I will say where I spend a lot of my time, like I love sushi. So O Sushi, I love there's Hiramasa out in Newtown Square. Like I like food. I'm a big foodie. So I will go anywhere and I'll tell you what the best food is to find at a different location.
Taff, taff. Taff, taff. Taff, taff. Taff treats. Get some.
All right, this portion of the What's Happening Delco podcast is brought to us by Taft Treats. That's TAFF Treats, and they are making these amazing. If you're a foodie, you got to check out Taft Treats for their dehydrated delicacies, and they are now doing soft serve, and you can have them at your events. You can have them out and about in the community, and what they want to know is, what do you like on your pizza? What are your toppings?
I am a veggie slash like meat. So I would take bell peppers and Italian sausage.
That sounds like an incredible pizza. I am hungry. I appreciate that. All right, here's one. You have a convenience store need. Where are you going? Wawa, Sheetz, or Royal Farms?
Wawa. Yeah, I've been to Sheetz in the past, and the only thing I like there is their fried mac and cheese bites. But Wawa, it's open 24 hours. You get whatever the hell you want. It's a Wawa. Their coffee is great.
How do you describe Delco to someone who's never been here before or has not heard of Delco?
Yeah, honestly, Delco kind of reminds me of New York a little bit, where the people are genuine. They tell you exactly what they think, and I appreciate that coming from New York. So they will not give me a false sense of they like me. There's a strong sense of pride, there's community. You don't always find that everywhere. So coming from New York, that's what I wanted, a place where there's diversification, there's people of all different backgrounds and identities and financial statuses, all just coming together in one place. And that's what Delco is.
You have friends or family coming in from out of town and you want to give them to or take them to that Delco experience. Where are you sending them or where are you taking them?
Honestly, recently we've been going to a lot to Newtown Square, that whole Ellis Preserve area where you can get anything and everything you want. The Napa Valley is like the Napa cuisine is in there, but the winery, it's great.
Marin, is there anything we haven't spoken about on the podcast today? Anything you want listeners to know more about you or more about Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy?
Mostly that, like, a lot of people think that you have to go to a big city to get like perfect care or exceptional care, and you really don't have to do that. You can literally just come to Havertown or Drexel Hill and find me. Like not just me, but we have a whole team here. We have another physical therapist who's really into sports. So he played actually basketball in college. So he is very interested in getting all the sports people, all the young athletes. He is so dedicated to like getting better at himself. He's actually doing a sports residency next year. Then we have another PTA here who's just like, she is so witty and so she's always smiling. She's so funny. Like, this is just a place that you want to be. Like, it's the people who actually all love their job and actually want to get you better. It's not just the place that you're coming in and you're like, oh man, it's another day. It's like every day is like you're excited to be here. So that's what I love, and I love my job and doing this every day. So that's what I just want to express to everybody.
Thank you so much for bringing big city treatment to Delco and the mindset of helping people get well, active, and vibrant and live vibrant lives. And that's really what it's all about. We're grateful that you're a friend of What's Happening Delco. We can't wait to see you out and about in the community, maybe up there at Ellis Preserve, and really, really appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Taft Treats jingle was written, directed, and recorded by Vincent James of Keep Music Alive. Visit keepmusicalive.org to check out their mission, their events, and how you can get involved. Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years, working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.